It will take some time. Just
services.ms.
MSC, services.msc.
Windows cannot find.
I installed like the latest one, 10.2.0.
Yeah, I got it.
Maybe for you, it will be kind of in a 9 point something. Okay. Once you restart the services, right? Like refresh it. Okay. Now go to repository manager. Anyway, Govind is recording. Okay. So no need to worry. So
I came to services page.
Okay.
I'm sorry. After coming to services page, what we have to click?
You have to check for your Informatica service. If you look at this thing, right? Just click on like on your keypad, just click on I. It will go to that I. Okay, in that the services which are started with the I, right? In that, check for that Informatica, maybe whatever the version.
Yeah, Informatica 9.6.1 I got.
Okay, is that like a running or what exactly showing?
No, it start the service.
No, the here like in the status, is it showing as a running or what? What is the status?
Yeah, it's automatic running.
It's automatic and running, right? So under the
status is nothing, it's blank.
Okay, if it is blank, then go to that left side here. You can see like options. Okay.
Start button is
right. Click on start. Okay. And just wait for some time over there. Okay. And maybe once it is start, you can see like start.
Yeah, it's running now.
Right. Just can you see this thing? Refresh.
Yes.
Click on once.
Yeah.
Okay. Excuse me. Still it's showing the same thing. Stop and restart.
Yes.
Fine. Now open your client. Anything, either repository manager or whatever. Okay. Designer. Now I open like a repository manager where I can create that the folders and everything. Now I'm
but
trying.
I don't have that option, sir. RDWM.
Pardon?
I don't have that RDWM option here.
No, you have to go here. Like go to start because I already opened these things. I can see in my taskbar.
Okay, start.
Yeah, go to start and program files, or maybe you can see this RDV over here. Or because I recently used, I can see it here, or else you can go to that Informatica. You can have to check like, okay, where is it Informatica? So maybe here, right, in the program files, Informatica, go a little bit down and you can see these things, R, W, W, M. Can you able to see them?
One second. Program files.
Okay, maybe I'll do one thing because I cannot hold it for long.
Yeah, sir, I'll do that later.
Yeah. Maybe you can take help of Govind. Okay, sorry, not Govind. Veera. Sorry, man. Every time I'm getting your name. Okay, fine, guys. So let's move on. And hope you installed everything, like whatever I shared with you, right? So
yeah.
Now I'm opening that file list. And how many are able to run this file list concept? Anyone able to process this file list? Okay, maybe I'm not sure like whether you really followed the file list or not. Today, I'm gonna continue with the file list. Okay. And then I'll try to finish my expression as like even Satya, like how about that? Like, are you able to resolve that fixed width file issue? Or like still you're having the issue?
No, sir, still I'm facing the same issue. I'm pushed the.
That's okay. Then I'll take the same one. Okay. So see, normally you guys supposed to place your files like if you're really maintaining a proper structure, right? Like a kind of a real lab. Okay. So that's the reason like I put it for this month, right? I'm following with like a first month lab. So this month is, I mean, this lab is like a maybe you can use this lab just for your practice or like just get a hands on. But when you're going on the real project, right? The folder structures, everything is going to be different. Normally, the flat files will be saved under different kind of a structure. That will be like this thing. Okay, you have to go to the PC, C drive, or like wherever that your power center is installed. There, you have to go to that Informatica installation directory. That is C drive, Informatica, the version number, then go to that server. Normally, the server will hold these things. Okay, there you have to go to the info shared. So here you will see everything: source files, log files, storage, temp files, target files, workflow logs, session logs, everything will be listed here. If someone asks like, where are your source files? Don't go to the desktop or check. Okay, if it is a real project, you have to go to this path. Okay, and I did put the files over here. So, and maybe first I'll try to fix this promotions. Okay, promotions is having some problem. Okay, and you also remove the last space. Okay, there is like a normal in your files, right? You can see the file is having a space in the last. So try to remove that. When you click on end and it's not supposed to go down. That should be your last point in your file. Okay, I already did that correction. And make sure that file is in place properly. Fine. Now I'm going to my designer. I'm trying to load this data into stage promotions. Maybe what I will do is I'll take off this mapping. Okay, just sake of explaining you guys. Now I'm taking one by one. Here, like try to connect again. Okay, now, oh, of course, even I need to take this file out. Now it's kind of an empty canvas for me. Okay. Now try to see how I'm getting this fixed width file. Now I'm trying to get the fixed width file. I'm in a source analyzer. Okay, for the source analyzer. Okay, for the source analyzer, go to the sources and get import from file. Okay, always make sure it's all files. And what is my file name? Promotions. And make sure there is a little bit correction in that file before doing this thing. And make sure it's a fixed width. It's not a comma delimiter file. If you observe, there are no commas, nothing, right? Or no other delimiter. Then I'm not choosing this one, import field names from the first line. The reason is there are no headers. Header means the first top line is a header. Click on next. And now you have to allocate a proper spaces or maybe a proper size for this thing. So what does this mean when I'm saying size? Is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 characters I'm giving as a precision for this one. And from here, 4 to 54, right? Again, this one 54 to again like a 74. Like this, I'm giving the distance for each and every column. So here also I put it like this. And after that here, and after that here, right? So now click on next. Now the first one is field one. Like that's okay. Maybe for now I'm not focusing much on these things. Okay, maybe I'll show you a shortcut how to do this thing. But maybe for now, just leave as it is. So next one is text, and the field 6 is a kind of a numeric. Okay, but numeric came with the 5 characters. That's okay still. And the last one is the also numeric. So here, these are the kind of dates, but still you are referring it as a text. Okay, field 4 and field 5. Hope there is no questions at this point. Okay, fine. Click on finish. But I'm only worried about this one is kind of a number, sorry, a number, and but like it do have some space. That's okay for now. I took like the same thing, whatever is coming from the plat file as it is. Okay, except I don't have any headers. Okay, just like I took like a field 1, field 2, field 3. Now save it. Go here, and I'm already having the mapping name. Okay, because earlier I built it. Okay, just to give a sample one. So now try to complete that mapping. Get the promotions over here. I'll do one thing.
Hello. Hello.
Hey, till now I'm in mute, guys. Oh.
Yeah, Chetan, even I feel that my mission is problem. Okay, okay.
Thank you.
Okay, Chetan, continue.
I've been talking from last, I don't know when exactly I went in mute.
Okay, okay, no problem, Chetan.
You are able to understand, right? What I was talking, like this staging mapping, right? I'm not able to delete because it's been locked. Okay, that's the reason I created a new mapping. Okay, and I'm trying to bring in that this thing, and I'm trying to build a new mapping. Okay, that is what I've been talking. I don't know when the last thing I spoke to you. I mean, maybe you heard me. Anyway, any questions till now? Did you guys like didn't understand something? Any questions? Now I brought my target. Guys, these are the kind of basic classes. Maybe I thought like today only I need to start the kick off the join, because today definitely I will kick off the join. But this is a kind of a basic. If you don't understand this thing, right, the kind of a complex thing will not be going to your mind for sure. So try to ask the questions now itself. Now, see, I'm taking the expression transformation for sure. The reason is there are like a different kind of things I have to do, because here the start date and end date. Okay, because I know my structure. Definitely I know my structure, because so those the structure, whatever is coming as a string for the dates, I need to convert them. And even this one is number is coming from as a kind of a number, but like they do have some problem. Okay, I need to fix even that one if in case of any issues. So I need to do these kind of conversions. For that, I definitely need to have a kind of a transformation where I can perform the row level operation. Now I will try to show you how can I get these column names. Okay, because from source the column names are weird. I cannot even use them. I need to have a proper column names. Okay, maybe this is one of the shortcut doing a reverse engineering. Now I'm able to create the same structure as my target. Okay, this is a kind of a shortcut. Okay, so now field 1, I'm sure that is a promotion ID. Okay, and field 2 is a promotion description. Why I'm so confident? Because I know my source data, right? So if you look at my source data, right? So what is my source data? Okay, this my source data is, if you look at this, the actual data, come on. So if you look at this data, right, my data is like this. Spring sales, that is what the second column I'm talking about here. Okay, that is promo description and seasonal promo type. Next thing is start date, expiry date.
Excuse me, Chaitanya.
Mhm.
In real time also, we'll be knowing the data, right? Like for us.
Definitely.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, in the real time, normally what happens is, you see, you will follow the same thing. See, ultimately, but this kind of a confirmation, whatever I'm strongly saying, right? You cannot take a decision like me. The reason
Okay.
is you have to take that decision from your business or like maybe source team.
Okay.
The kind of a confidence levels what I'm bringing in, that because I created this file. So that's the reason I can say for sure it's the one. But in the reality, you have to get that whoever created that file. Normally it's a source team.
Okay.
Okay, and in the real time, normally this communication will happen through business analyst.
Okay.
Okay, if you are working in a big projects,
Okay.
even there are some projects, maybe you have to directly interact with the source team.
Yeah.
Okay,
Done.
so project to project is different. But as I am aware of this thing, I'm just trying to connect this and this one. Start date, expiry date, end date, promo cost, discount. Now you have to observe few things here. Everything looks so simple till here, but the problem is I'm connecting a kind of a start date. Okay, because I copied this from the top structure, I got like a date and time. Okay, and as I copied this from this one, like I got like n string. So first of all, you have to change. Okay, for that again one more shortcut. Okay, that is you can do like this. Right click, propagate attributes. Okay, when I'm propagating the attributes, what will happen is propagating means whatever is there in my the transformation from where I selected, it will change everywhere. So do you want to change like a data types, precision, scale, description? Yes. Except name, I want to change everything. Guys, these are the shortcuts. Okay, these are nowhere it's mentioned. It's only kind of an experience what we got till now. Based on that experience, I'm giving the shortcuts. So just propagate this thing. Now what's going to happen? Just see. Here is a decimal, but in the source also is decimal. But coming to here, it's n string. Okay, now my intention is to convert that to string. Even this string, this is supposed to be a string. This is supposed to be a string. Okay, just check it out. Propagate. Is that converted now? Okay, so it's kind of a short. Maybe you get a question why I'm doing this thing, because as I don't have the fields, instead of creating manually one by one, I just copied it. And I'm trying to change the data types like whatever they are coming from the source. Now my job is to convert them back to the target. The reason is decimal is okay, it is equivalent to number. String is okay, it is equivalent to n varchar, but string is not equivalent to date. Okay, string is not equivalent to date, so I have to convert these two. How? These are called conversions. Okay, I'm doing a copy paste here. Instead of start date 1, what I'm trying to put is ouch. Okay, so what I'm doing now, I'm trying to modify the logic. Okay, the conversion functions I have to use. This is in the string, whatever is coming from source. Now I have to convert it to the date time. Okay, now again, you have to look at the data again. What kind of a logic I have to do? Here, my data is like this. Okay, so all unnecessary dd YY. That is what like I would like to put in my timestamp. Okay, or my target, because it's only date. It's not date and timestamp. So what I have to do is think of a logic. Right now, how many characters are there? So this is what my data, right? I need only this part up to 2003, not the rest of things. So how many characters I have to take from the start? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 characters. What I'm doing now, first I'm taking a substring. Okay, so this is the kind of a function, substr. Okay, 1 comma 10. Then okay, then what I'm doing, instead of, I mean, even I have to do one more thing. if there are chances, I might get like trailing spaces because there are so many spaces here. Okay, so what I have to do first, I need to trim them. Left trim, right trim. Okay, then 1,10. So now I'm going to get like a substring. Okay, now fine. I close this thing. I'll tell you the what is a way to write a logic also, maybe in a kind of in a simple terms. First, like try to say validate this thing. It's a syntax error. Why? The reason is, if you look at this thing, right? What is this port? Date and time. And what you are saying, you are not even converting it. You are converting a substring only. Still, you are trying to get like kind of a string value. So what I have to do now? I need to perform a conversion. Okay, to underscore date, because I remember all these functions because I used it. But as a fresher, when you are doing it right, how you are going to get this thing? You have to go to the all functions. Okay, then you have to see like toDate. Okay, toDate is one of the function. And you don't know how to use this thing, just click on that, you will get the format. Or okay, maybe you can search in the conversion functions also. These are the conversion function toDate. Okay, same thing this way. So toDate. So what I'm going to do is mm/dd/yy. Okay, now validate this thing. Still error. Okay, we'll come back to this error, but like try to see, are we converting it correctly or not? This is like really holding my screen. Anyway. Okay, now dd mmyy, but here the values are a little different. Is mmddyyy. Let's see what we put like, yeah, we put like correct one. Now try to see where we are doing the mistake.
Equals to.
No, there is no need of equal. So this here. This is what for L trim, and this is what for fine, and L trim, R trim, start date. Yeah, this is what the man. So we are trying to convert this start date. Okay, so when we are trying to convert the start date, that is what our goal. Okay. So now you understand, right? The reason, the problem is the two start date and this out is the column what we are trying to output, but the incoming one is this one, start underscore date. So this is what the logic you have to get. Any questions? So maybe you can practice this once. Okay, it's not that easy because a little bit complicated. But like once you used to this thing, right? So maybe you'll be good to go. Okay, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to repeat the same thing for the next one. Okay, now expiry date. Again, for expiry date also, I have to do the same thing.
You're on mute, Chaitanya.
Yeah, I'm repeating the same thing. Okay, whatever I did, right? Instead of start date, I'm trying to put like an expiry date. Clear? See, I did two logics, guys. One is like for the start date and another one is for the expiry date, but both are the same. Only dates are different. Any questions up to this point? The uses of the logic. Team, any questions? Now I'm trying to populate to target. Okay, now you're not able to populate. The reason is whenever I'm doing some shortcuts, right, always you have to make sure even those are like output ports as well. That's the reason, like shortcuts you can do, but you should know in and out. Or else we have to go with the regular approach until you get like a hands-on, clear hands-on. Okay. Basically, what you're supposed to do, you have to do manually, write like a promo underscore ID, promo underscore description, everything. Then it will be good. Okay, fine. Now my mapping is valid. And again, I'm trying to go for another shortcut to create the workflow and session. I already did this earlier, but again. Now go to mapping, generate workflow. Okay, workflow with a reusable session. Next. Okay, click on next connection object. Okay, the connection I created for this one, not for like this one stage, because the stage promotions, right? And yeah, the rest of things I'm keeping as is. Next, finish. Now try to go to your workflow manager. Yes, please do raise questions in case of any confusions, whatever I'm doing. Now here also, I'm trying to build a new session. Oh, it's already been built, right? So fine. Now, just trying to make sure, am I pointing to the right one? No, it is pointing to the wrong one if you observe this thing. Because my mapping name is, what is my mapping name? M stage promotions FW underscore FF. But here it is pointing to different one, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this thing to avoid the confusions. Okay, fine. Now try to bring the session. Basically, I created this thing. Let's see. I'm just reconnecting so that I can see the latest one. See, if you see now, it's been upgraded. The reason is sometimes your metadata will not get refreshed. Only one thing you have to do is like just disconnect from the folder and reconnect. Now, maybe I'll delete this one too, so that to avoid the confusion basically. Save it. Now my slate is clear now. Okay. Now just go to and as you can see, whenever you can see this arrow, right, the kind of a little thing in the bottom, a small arrow, right? That means it's a shortcut. Shortcut means, I mean, it's kind of a reusable object, not a shortcut. Maybe I use the wrong word. It's a reusable object. So whatever the changes you have to do for the reusable objects, right, you have to go to the task developer. Okay, so as it is a reusable session, I'm supposed to go to the task developer and going to the mapping, SQ promotions, you have to mention the proper path. Okay, now if you can see source file directory, $PM source file directory, right? What is a dollar? It's basically it's kind of a parameter. Okay, normally this parameter is a default parameter for this session. Maybe we'll discuss these parameters and variables later, but for now, try to understand. I am trying to use a proper structure. That is, my source file is in a Informatica server directory. Only additional thing is this VLAN. Okay, what I'm trying to do now, I'm just trying to put like a VLAN. The rest of everything is same. Okay, and my file name also promotions.txt. Now, I'm good on this part. It's a fixed width, perfect. Now go to the target. This is arc underscore stage. Always make sure it's normal. Again, I'll come back. Okay, why I'm using normal? Truncate target table option. Always stage loads are truncate and reload. That means it will truncate the data and delete the data and reload the data. Now I saved it. Now start the workflow. Let me revamp mappings, source, and it's a file. It's a direct load only. The crucial things I'm repeating. Source file type is a direct. VLAN. Okay, $PM source file because it's the default source file directory, and then VLAN. Promotion.txt. Fine. And target also I'm rechecking. Oracle stage. Yep, everything looks good. Click on OK. Just run it. So I can see from the source side, there are 3 records. Okay. So, but 3 records got rejected. Okay. Now you have to debug this thing. What is the approach to debug any kind of an error? The first thing is, if the session log is created, it's a different story. If the session log is not created, the story comes like this. You have to go to the task details. There you can see that kind of an error here also. Okay. So maybe somewhere it will be mentioned error. But as the session log is already created, because your workflow session, status is showing as a succeeded, okay, or the session is showing as succeeded. The only problem is data got errored out. Okay, your session is succeeded, but data got errored out. Means it's rejected. You are not able to even read the data. Okay, 3 records and 3 records got rejected. Now you have to debug this thing. How? So first thing is you have to get the session log. There are 2 ways. One is like this session log, and other way is this session log. Session log is open. Click on E. Directly you go to the error. I told you, right? 0, invalid number. Okay, because you took this as a kind of a numerical value, but you are trying to take it as a string. Okay, so there's a reason. So what you have to do, you have to do some kind of an operation even for this thing, right? So what exactly you're going to do for this one? Go to your designer. Field 6, you are considering it as a number. So the thing is, when you are taking as a number, how come you get a spaces? Or like how come the trailing spaces will be there? What you have to do, go to that source again. The structure is wrong. Okay, go to the field 6, try to convert it as a string itself or end string. Apply, click on OK. Now go to here. So again, so I told you one thing, right? How, what exactly I told you? You have to convert this. Okay, you have to propagate. Okay, wherever it's propagated, right, it will show you this thing. Okay, kind of a green colored arrow. Okay, if it is not propagated, then it will show the red color. But till here, it is kind of an the kind of an end string, right? And again, you have to do one more thing here, like, so it is coming with the kind of spaces. So why we need the space? Okay, first you try to change this one too. Guys, this is way you're supposed to learn the concept. Okay, you have to debug the things. Okay, number. That's okay. Still, I'm okay with this this thing. But what exactly I have to do is I need to convert this into int, or maybe I can convert into the decimal. But for now, I just want to convert this into the integer. But before converting, I'll do ltrim or trim. Okay, what is the column name? Sorry, port name, promo cost. Okay, now I converted this kind of an integer. Now, instead of populating this, what I have to populate? The next one. Clear? Now, again, I have to refresh my session whenever I do a change. Now, go to Workflow Manager, start workflow. This is the one way. I'll show you another way also. Go to monitor. First, close this session log. Okay, try to rerun this. Okay, right click on the completed session, try to restart the task. If I restart the task, only this session will run. The workflow will not run. Okay. So when you are running this session, right? For example, this workflow is having 100 sessions. Okay. Then in that scenario, right, all these 100 sessions will not kick off if I run based on the task. Only this specific task will run. The rest of 99 sessions will not even kick off. You get this thing right? Any questions? Okay. Now look at the data. Now what I can see is stage promotions, applied rows, okay, affected rows, rejected nothing, and the throughput is nothing. Maybe 6. No errors detected. No errors detected. Okay, fine. Now, but like in the target, if you look at this thing, right, I don't see any kind of a data. Now, again, let's debug this. Conversion error for field 5. Even there is another one, because for one of the date field, right, the null value is coming. Okay, so there are so many problems with this file, guys. Okay, it's a kind of an expectation for you guys to debug this thing one by one for this field. Okay, so it's kind of a completely null data. Now try to look at the data. Why it is now coming as a null? That is the next question. The reason is, try to see. You have to see. Okay, what is that kind of a field? I mean, the error you can see. The field name is field 5. Field 5 basically is coming as a null. Rest of the data is looks good. Promo date 110, spring sale, seasonal. This one is perfectly fine. Okay, and it is coming as a null, and this is 0, and the last one is a 0. So for promo ID 110. Okay, now let's open that 110. This is the 110 one. So for this one, what is the reason? Basically, I'm getting the proper data, date here. But somehow it's reading a null value. Now let's go and your mapping and check what exactly happening. Field 5 forward. This is what the problem. Can you see this thing? Expiry date. Okay, it is taking it as a date and time. We did that propagate only for the start date, not for the expiry date. Okay, so what this is supposed to be? This is supposed to be a string value, right? You agree? Because this one is coming from source as a string, but you are without conversion, you are just putting it as a date and time. Guys, with your silence, I'm expecting like at least 1 or 2 doubts here, because no one is asking anything. If you understand this part, whatever I'm explaining, right, I'm more than happy, because the reason is it's not a concept, it's kind of a debugging of an issue. When we are debugging an issue, right, your brains need to work very smart. At that point, definitely you have to get it, but no one is getting any question. Anyway, refresh again, and again I'm running. Guys, don't just by looking at the job, don't think that your job is complete. Okay, job is succeeded, but where is the data? Now it is like very much strange. When you first join the project, right, you will get like maybe you will give it an update, hey, my job got succeeded, but where is the data? Okay, anyway, so killing time. Now I refresh this, and again I'm running the job. Okay, now you can see only one record got entered into my target table. So again, there are a couple more issues. Okay, now trace this. See, only one record got entered. Now see, transformation evaluation error, invalid string for converting date. What is that string? Substr, ltrim, rtrim. See, if you can see this thing, right? What is this? 0, 1, 2. Okay, 0, 1, 2 is not even in a kind of an MMDDYY format. Okay, because it's truncating the trailing spaces. Okay, and but like ultimately the value is not coming as like it's expects like a 12, not like a 0, 1, 2, because there is no month called 0, 1, 2, right? So that's the reason it's not able to convert it. Now I'm leaving it to you guys. You have to debug this thing. Will you able to do that? See, it's kind of in a one by one. This entire this file itself, problematic file. You have to work on this thing. Will you able to do that? Will
So we have to keep from 1 to 9 characters.
Pardon?
We have kept 1 to 10 characters, right?
Right, 1 to 10 characters.
So we have to decrease 1 and keep 1 to 9.
No. See, ultimately, when I'm taking this data, right? Okay. See,
Yeah.
1 to 10 means, of course, it is coming properly fine. There is no issue. Okay. But like when I'm doing a kind of a conversion, right? So if you look at this thing,
Yeah.
okay, try to, okay, again, I'm explaining it again. Okay, why don't you give a try? Will you able to give a try, everyone? Okay, I can tell you one clue.
Yeah, Chaitanya.
Yeah, I can tell you one clue. Take this message. Okay, take this message from here. Okay, and in a notepad. Okay, and try to see. But I mean, someone already told like the 1 to 10, but like they are very close. But the actual thing you have to see why my data.
Major space.
Yeah, why my data is coming like this 0, 1, 2. Even before doing that substring, my data is coming as 0, 1, 2. Why? Okay, again, another clue I can give. Go and see the preview data. Okay, go and see the preview data. What exactly this one is denoted as. Here also it's properly showing like, okay, there is no 0, 1, 2 over here. Okay, but still, why the data is coming as a 0, 1, 2 over there? Just think. Okay, just think, and then we'll come back to this. Try to give as much as you can. Okay, clear?
They have entered 0, 1, 2, I guess, but the output is 1, 2, 0, don't count.
I'm sorry.
By entering there, they have entered 0, 1, 2.
Mm-hmm.
Because 0, it won't count, right? But it will show 12 sometimes. It won't show 0.
That's what I'm saying. The file itself is a problematic file. Okay?
Yeah.
So try to do, see, the reason why I'm saying is you have to do like multiple checks, multiple trial and errors, multiple things. Then your knowledge will improve. Okay. If not, maybe I have to explain this tomorrow. Okay. And don't stop with the next error also. Maybe next time you load like you are able to load like 2 more records. And again, some more problems will come. Okay. Entirely, this file is only for the debugging. Clear?
Yes.
Fine. Now let's move on, guys. So today we are going to work on the joiner transformation. Very, very important thing, the joiner one. So please keep an eye on the joiner. And maybe I'll work today on the pending lab part. Even you guys also work on the pending lab parts. Okay. We did discuss about the joiner transformation. We did discuss about the different kind of joins. Okay. But like ultimately, what you have to learn is, okay, what is the basic difference between, if you look at my form today, okay, so the basic things what you have to learn on joiner is, what is the joiner transformation uses when you compare with the source qualifier. Okay, just to give a recap, source qualifier is used to perform homogeneous joins, and this joiner is used to perform a heterogeneous join. And there are 4 different kind of joins are available. Okay, the first join is you supposed to, I mean, if you look at the same thing, the joins concept with the Oracle or like any database, right? The equi join is a kind of a normal join. Okay, just like an equivalent condition join. That's it. Next one is kind of a master outer join, and the next one is a detail outer join, full outer join. These are just like a left outer join and right outer join and full outer join in your data base thing. Okay, that is what kind of a basic thing you're supposed to remember when you are working with this joiner. So today we are trying to load the data from stage underscore product and sales underscore transactions, okay, flat file, into stage underscore transactions. That is what my lab, I'm quickly doing this lab. Okay, first thing is I'm trying to build a mapping. M underscore stage underscore transactions. Okay, and my first table is stage product. The problem with the stage product is I didn't load my stage product. So for that reason, even I have to load stage product. That's the reason I'm saying everything is kind of dependent here. Okay, simply you cannot do like the labs maybe from the middle. Stage product. Okay, stage product. First thing is I have to bring that the source file. Let me quickly do this thing, guys. So I'm going to the actual directory. Okay, in the real time, what you're going to have, that is server and info shared, and then source files, VLAN. Maybe in the case of VLAN, right, you'll have maybe your project name. Okay, so the input for the first name, product, next, and finish. Oh, even this one don't have file name. I mean header name. So again, I'm trying to retake this one. I'm not importing from the first line because there are no headers at all, right? So delimiter, just simply bring it in. See, I already brought this table, I mean file, and again, once again, I'm bringing it in. So what I'm saying is replace. Okay, fine. Now I got my thing, and I'm trying to bring my target state_product. Whoever doing it for the first time, you have to build these drivers, guys. Okay, stage product. Now I'm trying to bring both of the things here. And the stage product. Just to compare, I would like to see the data once. Okay, so anyway, this is not useful now. I'm trying to open my file, product file, product ID, types, ports, vehicles. Sports and vehicles. Perfect. Now let's quickly build generate workflow, reusable sessions, or maybe non-reusable sessions. Again, the connection is supposed to change. Just disconnect, reconnect, stage product. Always better mention the paths. Okay, so just make sure you assign the target as well properly. There is no issue by putting bug also, but I'm being just mentioned. I'm going a little bit fast because this mapping is already done. I got 48 records. Okay, now my stage table is ready. Now I'm trying to bring the actual joiner. Okay, now forget about those things. Now what exactly I'm trying to do is I'm trying to build a joiner transformation quickly. So stage transactions, the first step is stage product, stage transactions fact file. So stage transactions. Now my table, okay, maybe you can see my table here. If you observe this thing, right? Stage underscore product is a source. Sales underscore transactions is a source. Stage underscore transactions is a target. So what are my source? Stage underscore product. Do you have that stage underscore product anywhere in your source folder? This is what my source folder, guys. Do you have any? I mean, do you guys see anywhere like a stage underscore product in the sources? I can see like in the target stage product, but not in my source. What I have to do first? I have to bring the stage underscore product. Same kind of an operation. Okay, you have to connect to the respective schema. Yes, these things look simple, but when I'm doing, maybe for you, when you try on your own, right, maybe a little bit confusing. Because you will think like it's in the stage, I mean the target. Okay, stage underscore product. Bring this. And even try to bring the another source. What is the source? The flat file, right? What is the flat file? Stage and sales underscore transactions. And always select all files. Okay, the dat you cannot see. Transactions. Here I do see headers, so that's the reason I'm mistaking. Import, and I do see comma, so delimited, leaving as it is. Now I got my two sources. Now my next job is clear all stage underscore transactions. I need to bring that. See where I'm doing this, I'm doing in my targets, guys. Just focus. Now bring your sales underscore transaction. This is a flat file, and bring your source object. Now observe what is the importance of joiner. Okay. If earlier, like I mean, it would have like maybe two source files, I mean flat files, right? I would have delete one and I would have connected to the source file first. Now what I'm trying to do is maybe just to showcase. Okay, will I able to come? I mean, I cannot connect the kind of flat file to this source qualifier relational object, or I cannot connect this ORCL to this source qualifier. The reason is I cannot perform the heterogeneous jumps because here it's showing like, can you read this thing ORCL, and here is a flat file. These two are different heterogeneous things, means different kind of systems. I cannot join by using the source qualifier. That's the reason definitely I need to have a join transformation. Okay, now here you need to understand what exactly I have to bring from these two. Okay, if you have like a real design document, right, you will not maybe you can focus on the requirement first. Based on that, you will take the data. But right now, I'm here, like I can explain you what is the requirement. Now think about your target structure. What is your target structure? Based on that, I will take a decision. Okay, this is what my target. Always think based on the requirement, not based on the completion of your mapping. Now, customer ID, where is the customer ID? Here, right? Just bring into your joiner. Product ID, where is your product ID? I do have here, I do have here. Okay, maybe I just need to bring both because that is what the key column to join. Dealership ID here. Payment description here. Promo ID here. Date ID here. Transaction, blah, 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 whatever it is. Date, right? Here. Next, transaction ID. Guys, I'm not simply bringing in, okay? I'm just trying to explain you based on the target I am bringing in, whatever is needed. Simply, I'm not bringing in. Okay, employee ID. So that you will understand what is the importance of bringing another one. Time key. selling price, unit cost. I don't have a unit cost. Okay, fine. Selling price I do have. So unit cost I don't have. Now next thing, delivery charges I do have. Next, sales quantity. Quantity I do have. Discount I do have. Hold back I do have. And rebate. Okay. So what exactly I don't have here? So the one what I don't see over here is the kind of name, what I can say is a kind of, what is the column? I'm not able to see that. Unit cost. Unit cost is the one I cannot see that. Okay. So how you are gonna derive that unit cost? That unit cost is a kind of a product cost. Okay. So that is a kind of a unit. Clear? So that product cost I'm getting from this table. But to make a relationship between these two tables, right, or these two instances, what exactly I need? I need to have some kind of a joining column. What is that joining column? Product ID. You get it what I'm saying? Guys, any questions? Till this point, any questions? Now,
Product and product ID are same.
yes, both are same. Okay, product and product ID are same. Now, I need to see maybe before opening that also you can observe something. The first one is detail, and second one, whatever I'm linking, right, there's going to be master. Always remember, first time whatever I'm linking to the join transformation will become a detailed table, and the next one is a master table. Okay, and remember one more thing, in a joiner I cannot create a joiner for 3 sources. Okay, only for 2 sources only I can create the join transformation. If you have a 3 sources, if you want to use the join transformation, first you have to join the first 2. With the result set, you have to go for the third. Then only you can use the maybe a joiner transformation for 3 or like a more instances. Okay, at any point of time for n-1 joiners. Okay, if we are having a 2, 1 joiner, 3, n-1, 3 minus 1, 2, like that. Maybe it's an important interview question. Now, product ID equals to product. Apply. Guys, always try to look at the data before doing any kind of joins or anything. See, data has to match. First, you have to write the query. If you are joining like between like a flat files, right? Then maybe you have to view the data, okay, before you perform. So right now I'm just moving ahead, okay. But like when you do it, right, try to see the data with open eyes, okay. Without doing that, never ever go with any kind of mapping. Now again, I do have one more problem. The problem is, here I do have a date, but one thing is coming as a string. So I do have a responsibility to change that. I'm bringing everything into expression transformation. Okay, and then try to change this date, the date ID, or like what is this transaction date, right? I need to convert this into date format. Convert into date and time. Same thing. For str. Always when you are mixing the things, right, it will be a little bit careful. So R trim, I closed it here, and this is for the L trim. I closed it here. But for suggest here, I didn't close it. And this is for suggest here. Okay, fine. Now click on apply, and this is the date and time. Just make sure you connect to the proper one. So now till this point I'm good, and transaction date, and just pointing it to out one. Okay, and the remaining columns are kind of the same. Something went wrong here. Maybe I'm connecting like one column wrongly. Okay, so what I will do, employee ID, the time key is selling price. Maybe I'll do first this and date out as it is. Unit cost is a product cost. Okay, yeah, this is the one I missed. So delivery charges up to rebate, everything is going to be same. Maybe you can ask her then why I brought this product ID. Technically speaking, I don't want this product ID. Okay, maybe I can delete it, or like maybe I mean, basically I'm not pointing anywhere because product ID I already mapped with the product. So I don't need the additional. Save it. It's a value. Now jump onto the workflow. Okay, so always change the connections to stage, because all these are stage mapping, stage tables, sorry. And this one also stage. Next, finish. Go to workflow manager, just refresh this. So stage transactions, go to task. Okay, we have to mention the path, that is VLAN, and this is perfectly fine, the source. And coming to target, again, just make it as a normal. Truncate target table option. Save it. Run it. So I can see how many records? 5,475 records. Okay. And there are like 48 records over here. Okay. So ultimately, I got like a 5,475 records, because for every corresponding record, there is one record in this one. So that's the reason I'm able to bring up each and every record from the source file table. Fine. Now, what exactly you need to understand? Maybe if you look at the data, right, there are so many questions you will get. See, when I'm having a joiner, right, then at least like you're supposed to get like a 48 records. Okay, that is kind of a matching record. But here the problem is, for every matching record in this 48, okay, in this 475, there are some duplicates. Maybe when you look at the data, you'll understand the point, but I don't want to go in that level of depth for now. So what I want you to do is try to run the same mapping and okay, try to evaluate the data on your database. So how you are going to evaluate the data on your database? First, try to connect your stage schema. Select star from stage underscore transaction. Okay, try to see whether the table is there or not. Okay. See, this is what my data. So why I'm saying there are some duplicates, I'll show you. Order by product ID. This is what the key column, right? Whoever from like a little bit of SQL background also can understand, see how many duplicates. For the same 2000 product ID, how many records you are having? To put it in a simple way, okay, I'll show you how many duplicates you have. So you may need to understand like why we need what I can say, why you need a knowledge of SQL. This is what the reason you need it, because to perform the unit test. You see this thing, right? For every product ID, the number of the records you see. So these many duplicates are there. Okay. So we'll talk about this later. I want you to practice on this one too. I'm sorry, I took like almost 20 minutes extra. Okay, now try to see the important point like what I missed to explain you is a type of join. What kind of a join is this? Okay, if you look at this condition, right, I'm putting a kind of a condition, but is it a left master outer join or detail outer join or a normal join? By default, it's a normal join. Okay, but if I want to change, then definitely I do have an option. Okay, what the exercise I want you to do is perform the same join. First, try to understand how the data is came in. Okay, so maybe when we complete like all the transformation, you will understand how to remove the duplicates also. But for now, just leave it. But try to perform master outer join and see how the data is coming. Detail outer join. See, the property is simple. Just go here and change it. But what the thing is, you need to understand what exactly I'll explain. I explained like in the last class. Okay, whenever you're doing a join, right? How the join is behaving, how the data is coming. So this slide you're supposed to understand. Okay. Clear?
Chaitanya, hello.
Yes, please.
Normal join will act like a inner join in SQL.
Exactly.
Inner join.
Inner join, right? You can call it as an inner join or equi join, or yeah, what else you can call? Maybe yeah, inner join is the right one.
Okay.
Okay, guys, there are two things for tomorrow. I want you to start debugging the mappings, figuring it out the errors. That's the first thing. Okay, that you can do with the fixed width file. Okay, so I cleared like almost every error. Okay, only one or two errors you might see. Okay, so that is what kind of the basic things you have to start. And the second thing is you have to experiment on this different kind of joins. These two things are key things for you. Okay, clear, everyone?
Yes.
Okay. With that note, I'm stopping the session here. So maybe if you have any questions, we can discuss, or else we can wind it up. Thanks, everyone.